विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ. So on page 240, Bhashakara introduces a mantra number 3. Page 240. Yad vijnanat na kinchid anyat prarthayante. Let's read that anyway. Yad vijnanat na kinchid anyat prarthayante brahmanaha katham tad adhigamaha iti uchyate. Iti uchyate. So if someone asks, or if it is asked, that how will one know katham adhigamaha, katham jnanam, atmanah jnanam, katham brahmatmanah jnanam, pratyagatmanah jnanam, katham, how will I gain this knowledge? But why should you gain knowledge? Why? Because brahmanaha, brahmanaha, brahmavidah, the knowers of Brahman, yad vijnanat, pratyagatma vijnanat, brahma vijnanat, this brahmana, the wise people knowing this, right? Knowing this Atma as Brahman, na kinchit anyat prarthayante. They become free from all longings, free from sorrow, free from sense of deprivation, sense of lack, etc. And therefore, if they have become free from knowing this, then I can also become free, knowing. Therefore, but how will I know? That's a question. So, but we have already known, okay? I am Brahman, that we have known. That's how I introduce that. So, this is what has been said here. And this one Brahmana has, this word Brahmana has many, many meanings. There is one small Upanishad called Vajrasuchi. And Vajrasuchi means a diamond needle. That's a Vajrasuchi Upanishad, one mantra. It gives a definition of Brahmana as nothing but knower of Brahman. All other definitions, several ways, there are several meanings of word Brahmana is there, but it basically negates all meanings, this Upanishad. So one mantra Upanishad. Like Kalisantarana Upanishad, right? Harer Namaiva, Harer Namaiva, Harer Namaiva, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. Something I forgot, etc. Nasti Kalau, etc. I forgot the second line, but it is one mantra Upanishad. There is Allah Upanishad also. Allah. Allah means not Allah means in Sanskritam, Allah means a goddess. So that Upanishad, which may be talking about the Swarupa of goddess. So anyway, so these are here, word Brahmana, of course, here One who wants to know Brahman also, like all of us are Brahmana. One who knows Brahman also is Brahmana. Even Upanishad describes Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Anyway, this is called Praudavada. You you negate all other meanings, but you just stick to the final meaning. Bas. So that's what it is. So generally, word of course is understood as a karma brahmana. One who is born karma brahmana means one generally in those days one who is born in a Brahmin family and used to study and teach, and even one who officiates all rituals, etc. So that kind of a karma who does is called brahmana. Anyway, so anyatna prarthayante, this brahmana, this knowers of Brahman, knowing themselves as the sarvatma, the truth of everything. Everything is me alone, right? That's called we now know everything. So, and therefore brahmana has no longing. So we also want to know katham tad adhigamaha, brahmatmanah adhigamaha katham. Let's read the mantra. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshamscha maithunan etenaiva vijanati etenaiva vijanati किमत्र परिशिष्यते एतद्वै तत्. So yena vijnanena, by presence of what a person comes to know everything. Etena eva vijat. Yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshansha maithunan etena eva vijanati. What is that? By which I know everything. Shabda sparsha. I have all experiences. So there are objects of external world. Rupam, rasam, form, taste, smell, sound, right? Sensation of through sensation of touch. Also objects of touch also. You have experience of touch. And maithunan, conjugal contact between with the union of male, female, etc. There also one knows sukham. So that is maithunan, etc. That's also an experience. Sukha means you have to take it dukkha also. So they provide, the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha itself provide you Sukham. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha provide you Dukkham. That way also we can take. Maithunan is one particular, but we can, by Upalakshana, by Upachara, we can definitely take a different secondary meaning also. You can include others. So let's go to Bhashyam. येन विज्ञानस्वभावेन आत्मना रूपं रसं गन्धं शब्दान् स्पर्शांश्च मैथुनान् मैथुननिमित्तान् सुखप्रत्ययान् विजानाति विस्पष्टं जानाति सर्वो लोकः. Once I complete, then you check, then you speak. So gets combined. Anyway, so yena vijnana sabhavena atmana. So so vijnana sabhava, whose nature, sabhava here is a sarupa. Sabhava is a different meaning also. So yena vijnana sarupena atmana. So oneself, whose nature, Atmana means whose nature is the nature of, the one whose nature is the consciousness, Vijnana Sabhavena, Atmana, Rupam Rasam Gandhan, Shabdan Sparshamsha Maithunan, etc., Vijanati. One comes to know because of one's own nature is consciousness. Now here, Swabhava has a other Rudi meaning also, popular meaning also. And that is like we say, Swamiji, his Swabhava is very angry. He's angry, Swamiji. So, or he's, murmuring his Swabhava. We say like this. So, quarrelness is his Swabhava. He's Swamiji quarrelsome. We say like that, right? So, this also, we popularly Swabhava you use, but that is not indicating a Swarupa. Their differences exist. In Swabhava, differences exist. You may call me a quarrelsome. You may call yourself as a compassionate by Swabhava. So their differences exist. And not only differences, degrees also exist. Swamiji, he is more angry than me. So his Swabhava is having more anger. My Swabhava is in less anger, something like that. So where differences and degrees, etc., exist, there we cannot say Swabhava is a Swarupa, right? So, other than that, well, Swabhava is a Swarupa. Yen vina yan nasti tat tasya Swabhavam. That's how they say. Tas tat satsya Swarupam. Without which a thing cannot exist. That thing is called its Swarupa or Swabhava. That's an, right? Like a fire cannot exist without heat. Therefore, heat is a Swabhava, in brackets, Swarupa, nature of the fire. That way. Anyway. So here there is Atma, which whose Swabhava, whose Swarupa is being Chaitanyam, consciousness. And definitely, because of which one will have experiences of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, etc. Okay. So, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham, Shabdan, Sparshamsha, Maithunan. Maithunan means Maithuna Nimittan, which are born out of this conjugal context. Sukha Pratyan, that give rise to Sukham, that give rise to joy. Vijanati, Vispashtam Janati. One will have a clear experience of all this, Sukha, Dukkha, and all this. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, sound, everything. Is Sarvaloka, all people will have this experience. That is due to one's own nature is, or the experiencer, ultimately, the experiencer is of the nature of consciousness, because of which all these experiences takes place. So you are asking about Adhigamaha. You want to know, you want to have a knowledge of the oneself, because of which, knowing which, you ultimately you also become free from longing. Well, we are telling you that the Swarupa of oneself is what? Consciousness, which will be limitless. That, of course, I told you that will be coming. That will come. Now, there is an objection here. Nanu naivam prasiddhihi lokasya atmana dehadi vilakshणेन aham vijanami iti dehadi sangatoham vijanami iti tu sarvo lokah avagacchati. Nanu naivam prasiddhihi lokasya. Nanu, but means there is objection. Na evam prasiddhihi lokasya. It is not well known in this world. What? Atmana dehadi vilakshena na atmana aham vijanami. I, who is distinct from this body, mind, sense complex, whose nature is just consciousness, because of that consciousness, that's my nature, which is distinct from body, mind, sense complex, I know everything, I experience everything. Even prasiddhihi lokasya na. People, this is not well known in the world, etc. So, everyone knows oneself by what? As a karyakarana sanghata. That is how it is. The person, you know me as a Swami, as a person, along with, person means the self. You know the other self by what? As a body, mind, sense complex. That's how you say Swami, right? Knowing this, you say Swami. Knowing him, you say something else, some other name. So therefore, it is all over the world, including all the data in the government. All we all have a data. Our data will be with the government, right? All everything, including biometrics and everything. Nowhere it is said, well, Swami Muktatmanda is basically here in immigration. Suppose Muktatmanda Karyakarana Vilakshana Sanghatah Sachidananda Rupaha Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhavaha. So, no, not anywhere. Either in India, whatever the identity cards you have, in that identity card, what's your identity? Dehadi Sangata. Evam prasiddhi na. You said you are of the nature of consciousness, free from this body mind, distinct from body mind sense complex, just nature of consciousness. And because of that, that's a experiencer. You experiencer experiences everything. Well, that is really doesn't look like. So, me means basically, I means basically, I have some profile, I have some form, I have a sound, right? I have certain sound, I have certain form, I have certain smell, everything. And therefore, so basically, this is not true. Yeah. So, nanu evam prasiddhihi lokasya. This is not known, this is not popular among the people. Aham vijanami, I know. Atmana, by this, by myself, which is Dehadi Vilakshanena, which is distinct from Dehadi. Well, only I know is Dehadi Sangato Ham. I am this Dehadi Sangataha who is experiencing everything. I am experiencer, correct, including body, mind, sense complex. You all are experienced in form of a Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and certain Sukha Pratyaya also contacting through my senses. I am Karyakarana Sanghata. Karana means all sense organs. Karya means the body. I am in the form of the sense organs assemblage, sense organs and the body assemblage. With that, I experience everything. And that generates a Sukha or Dukkha. So you are right. Atmana means this. This. I am the experiencer. I am the experiencer. You are experienced. This is experience, etc. Anyway, so iti prasiddham. Dehadi sangataha aham vijanami iti prasiddham. Sarvah loka avagacchati. Entire world knows like that. Whatever they mean by I, whatever they mean by I, that includes Dehadi Sangata. That's it. Vilakshana. Dehadi Sangata, Vilakshana. No, nobody knows like that. Others also don't recognize you as a person distinct from body mind sense complex. Distinct from body mind sense complex, you want to objectify me as a person, you won't find the person the self. You know this other self, right? You know yourself as the body mind sense complex. Others know you also as a body mind sense complex. That's it. So Deha Vilakshana Atma is not known. But Swamiji, what you say, Upanishad says, that's what you say. And it is not popular among all the people in humanity, etc. Then why it is like that? Few people, other people, at least few people should know. No, sir. If you don't know that you are Dehadi Vilakshana Atma, just consciousness, etc., nobody knows. You also don't know. You nobody other any other person also do not know, because there is one factor, a inhibiting factor, which is universal. And that inhibiting factor is avidya. Avidya is an inhibiting factor. So, aham in a Shastra Prasiddhi, what is well known in the Shastra? Please tell me. What is well known in the world now you have told, Dehadi Sangatam. What is well known in the Shastra? Aham Asmi is the Prasiddhi. That is Atma. Okay? I am. Bas. Shastra says I am. That is Prasiddha in Shastra. There are two Prasiddhi. In Shastra, certain things are well known. In world, certain things are known. But contrary. That's due to avidya, of course. That's what Shastra wants to give you the knowledge so that you can get rid of the ignorance. Yeah. One who gets rid of ignorance, he says, I'm just pure consciousness. Being pure consciousness cannot have a form. Body has a form. Mind has a form. Ahankara has a form, location, right? You identify with the prana, then you say prana is a form. You are just consciousness. You identified it with a thing which has a form and say, I am having a particular form. So you say, I am an individual conscious being, a limited conscious being. No, you're just consciousness. And consciousness, distinct from the body mind, cannot have any dimension. No, Swamiji, it has a dimension. If once you say it is distinct from the body, then what will be the dimension? If I say I'm body, I have a dimension, 5 feet 8 inches, and certain breadth also, right? And the weight and everything. Anyway, so but when you say I'm distinct from the body mind sense complex, what's your dimension? And you are conscious of everything, means everything falls in your consciousness, cannot fall outside consciousness, cannot be besides consciousness, boundary of consciousness, and it is outside. I have to invite that thing inside consciousness. Moment you say that thing is, means it has fallen in your consciousness. And therefore, space, time, everything falls in your consciousness. So consciousness is limitless. That is called Brahman. Katham Adhigama, you are asking about Brahman, but this is what the Brahman is. This is an experiencer, ultimate experiencer, which cannot be experienced, which need not be experienced, which is a which is un which is a unchanging experiencer in changing experiences. Unchanging, invariable experiencer in changing experiences, including experience of ahankara. Ahankara keeps changing, you know very well. You were eater of a breakfast before few minutes. That also you know now. Right now you are a listener. That also you know now. So you know the eater has gone. I am listener. That also will go when Swami leaves. I'll be a talker, walker, runner, whatever, or listener of another talk, whatever. So you know, all that you know is not you. So including ahankara also is known to you. Anyway, we have done 2 classes on that. So dehadi sangatah sarvah loka avagacchati. Okay, now we will have to go further. Natvevam dehadi sangatasyapi शब्दादि स्वरूपत्व अविशेषात् विज्ञेयत्व अविशेषाच्च न युक्तम विज्ञातृत्वम. So we are answering to this Purapaksha. He said that, well, you know what you are saying, natve evam, natu evam. What you are saying is not correct. What we are saying, that all the people consider the body mind sense complex alone is as the knower, experiencer. That is the prasiddhi in the world, that's popular in the world. That is not correct here. Now you have come to the Shastra. What is popular in the Shastra of the meaning of the word I, you have to listen to. When you talk to others, whatever they say about you and I, whatever, that it is okay. When you come to Shastra, what Shastra says about I, that you have to listen, whether you like it or not. So, Natseva, what you are saying is not correct. Why? Dehadi sangatasyapi shabdadi swarupatva visheshat. Visheshat, vigneyatva avisheshatcha. 2 reasons. Vignatrutvam na yuktam. Okay. Dehadi sangatasya na yuktam vignatrutvam. That's a basic thing. So, dehadi sangata. Deha, which is dahana yogya deha. So, the body which is subject to cremation. That way. Or shariram. Other word is shariram for that. Shiryamanastvat shariram. Shiryamana swabhavat shariram. So that is which is subject to disintegration, whatever way you would like to take. Either you say what is subject to cremation is a deha, what is subject to disintegration is a sharira, same thing. So this is an assemblage and has got the status of a knower is not proper. Na yuktam. Vijñatrutvam. Dehadi sangatasya vijñatrutvam. Na yuktam. It's not proper. Why? Shabdadi swarupatva avisheshat. First. Amazing. So, because like any other object in the world, this also is available for you to objectify. That's it. And therefore, this is available for your perception, available for all five senses, available for perception through all five senses. And not only that, you also objectify through your five senses this body. I also objectify through my five senses this body. Then where is the question of telling as a Vijnata I? What is objectified means what is known, perceived. It's known. You objectify my body, you know my body, I know my body, maybe more than what you know about you, what you know about what my body. I may be knowing more, definitely, about my body, definitely. If I start telling you, well, you say few things, you may say 10 sentences, and then you say, Swami, more I don't know about your body. I means you say about you. I can say something more about my body. And therefore, it is object. Sensory perception. Very good. We have done it, of course. So anyway, so sense of I is never superimposed upon an object which has a taste, which has a sound, which has some touch, or which can be touched, or which has some smell, which has some sound, etc., which has some color form. Anything in this world which has all this, you never put I sense. You never say I. And therefore, well, Shabdadi Matvat, Tesham Artheshu Atma Buddhihina is not there. You don't take any one of them which has these five gunas, any one of them as I. Sometimes, of course, you have a I sense in your Parker. In those days, Parker pen. In India, it was it was a status symbol, Parker. And even they sometime invite a Swami and they say, Swamiji, please come and visit my office and bless and all that. And then Swami sits also in the chairman's chair. Chairman's chair, Swami sits, okay? And then he sits in front. And then he opens a very big velvet box and says, Swamiji, look, oh, it's a Parker pen. Oh, this is my father gave me. This is a pen with which he has signed all the documents. He has signed all the documents and giving me his entire property to me with this pen, Parker pen. So you have a little eye sense, right? When you touch it, there is something happening inside. When it goes away, you feel that you might have lost, somebody has taken away, then you feel you are lost. So therefore, when it comes as if you are gained. So definitely there is some eye sense. But still, even though it is a object of a perception, totally object of touch, object of smell, object, it has certain color form with eyes, object, may have it some smell, anything, right? So it has all this, and you have so-called eye sense in that. Really speaking, you don't tell I am a Parker pen. If you say I am a Parker pen, first I am the first person to take you to write my notes, okay? Yeah, I'm the first person to take you. Kishore Bhai may be thinking he's so called seeing me. So basically, if there is never an I sense in that, even though we so-called I sense, that kind of I sense we have many things. We call mamakara. Yeah. Aham karoti ahankara, that is in the body. Every bone I say I. Each organ I say I. Brain, I. Subtle part, mind, etc., I. Even Ajnanam Karana Sharira, I. There is I sense pervading in three bodies. But in others, well, I have a mamakara, extension of ahankara. Yet I never call, I have already told you that I am not child, even though I say my child, etc. And I have I sense, etc. So now he says, Dehadi sangatasyapi shabdadi swarupatva avisheshat. Like a Parker pen and like this body, Dehadi sangata. Shabdadi swarupatva. In terms of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, or endowed with Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, Parker pen has, it is endowed with this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Body also is Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. Then there you don't have I sense at all. You don't say I am Parker pen. Why do you say this is I? So this is also subject to be the object of senses, sensory perception. Body is available for sensory perception. And also in the same way, others' bodies also you do not take as yourself. That is also available for sensory perception. The body's form, color. In fact, you recognize the form through your eyes and you give a name which is there, which you know of that. Right? This kind of a form you see through your eyes and you say, Swami, this is Swami. Could you follow? So therefore, it's all this body definitely is a object of senses for others also, for oneself also. So everyone dismisses you as a non-self. I dismiss you as a non-self, right? Means you are not I. This is I. But this is also same like this body. Even though you take care of the body well, you try to keep healthy, you are a caretaker, okay? Caretaker is always different from the object of care. Always. Oh, I'm taking care of myself. That's a mistake you are doing, okay? When you take care of anything, you know the condition of that thing. If you know the condition of that thing, in terms of health or anything, well, right? And so then it is an object of knowledge. Without knowing the condition of the thing, you cannot take care of that. Therefore, like a pet, I used to give example of a pet. You know very well, I have to take it this for a Roxy for the vaccine now, right? So the spring is coming and some pollen and this and that, and let me take first. Oh, it is coughing. I have to take it. So that's how you take. Oh, I will not give now more food. I think it has put on a lot of weight now. So anything, you know the condition and then you take care. So you know the condition of the body and so you take care, including what conditioners you should buy. Okay. So therefore, Shabdadi Swarupatva Avisheshat. It is common. There is no distinction, non-distinction, Avishesha. No particularity in this body and the other objects of perception in the world. No distinction. Therefore, yeah, so I should, means I should not say I am body. No, you should continue to say. Then what is the use? Tasmin. So you are not the body, that is correct. But when you still, if you say I am a human being to others, or I'm a Swami, or I'm a male to others, it's a point of view. Knowing yourself correctly, knowing the view about yourself, that is a pure consciousness. You can have a point of view that I am body, means I am human being. Or you can say I am seer of you, Swami. I am hearer of you right now, your words. Why don't you say? You have to say. But you should know that this is what the teaching is. Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram. Kshetram, object of knowledge. So Vigneyatva, so this is one. Shabdadi Swarupatva Avisheshat, one. Vigneyatva Avisheshat cha. And also because of Vigneyatva Avisheshat. There is no difference. Avisheshat, there is no difference. That and other is also an object of knowledge. This also is object of knowledge. That is how we have like a plant. Scientist study or botanist. They study plant. So they study plant anatomy and plant physiology and everything. So same way for this body also, right? There is a physiology. Physiology departments are there where physiology of the body is taught, right? To the medical students, etc. So just as any other object, sentient, let's say sentient things only have a physiology. Insentient thing cannot have physiology. Where the prana is, there is a physiology. So where the other sentient beings are studied, that's how even this body also is studied. And all those are objects of knowledge. This also should be object of knowledge. Vignayatva visheshat, body anatomy, etc. That's how you study even plant, leaves, basically. Why plant leaf is green? They study. And it has, Swamiji, green color has gone and fall has come. It's a program intelligence, you know very well. They manufacture chlorophyll and now they stop. Just one frost bite in the, not bite, but one frost, one night. Next morning, you see, they as though talk to each other, all in that trail I see. They are talking to each other. Now the snow may come at any time. Let's not manufacture chlorophyll henceforth. Yeah. Because if snow falls, it will fall on our limbs. And then our limbs may get broken. We will have perhaps a fracture. So let's not manufacture chlorophyll, and then slowly leaves will be dropped. People say they put on they put on some show for the human beings. They don't put on show. They mean business, actually. They mean business, right? That's their business. They want to survive. It's a survival instinct. It's a survival instinct. You take it as a show, but they don't. And as the green color goes away of the chlorophyll, the original color of the leaf is seen, yellow, red, orange, ever so beautiful. Anyway, so this is how, this all how will you know, Swami? This is what is studied. Same way body, there is fall season for body also. Yeah, fall. Yeah. After 60, it is a fall. Things start falling. Okay. Color also change. Yeah. Color also change. So your skin has become dull now. Your this hair also has turned gray. Color change. Our teeth also starts falling. Sensory perception also starts falling. It's our fall season also is there. Everything is same. So you won't say I am tree. You study very well. Same way you study physical body in terms of all this. So how can you say it is subject? It is Atma. Vignayatva avisheshat na yuktam vignyatrutvam. Therefore, it is not proper to call Dehadi Sangata as the knower. And still I call it because there is a avidya. Vijnatrutvam, basically, the knowerness is only in Atma by default. The ultimate knower. I say ultimate because there is an ahankara as a knower, but this is ultimate knower. Experiencer is Atma alone. Further. Yadi hi dehadi sangatah रूपाद्यात्मकः सन् रूपादीन् विजानीयात् बाह्या अपि रूपादयः अन्योन्यं स्वं स्वं रूपं च विजानीयुः विजानीयुः न च एतद् अस्ति. Suppose this Dehadi Sanghata, which is Rupadyatmaka. Rupadyatmaka. which has got rupa, etc. Atmaka, which is its nature has that it has a rupa, etc. Some form, etc. Deha is a form, Deha is a color, Deha is some sound. So rupa means adi padat you have to take others, right? Others means shabda sparsha rupa, shabda sparsha gandha, etc. also. So which has got a rupa for you and for others also, and even gandha also for you, for others also. Even if it is not for you, at least for others, your gandha rupadin vijaniyat. So they are known, very well known. That's how people keep distance from you. So, so bahyaha, well, in that case, bahyaha api rupadayah anyonyam swam rupam cha vijaniyuhu. Similarly, well, so basically what happens is, if you, for the sake of argument, let's assume that the body-mind complex is a knower. Dehadi sangataha vijnata. If you take it as knower, which is endowed with this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, so one which is endowed with the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha is the knower. In that case, this also is a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. It should be also a knower. It should know itself and it should know others. Right? Why not? Why not? This also is a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. And you say, no, that is only a conscious being. That only is an ultimate experiencer. Then this also should be an experiencer because it also is a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. My specs also has a form, right? Some color. It has a smell, taste, everything. We may not taste it, different thing. It has all five. All five. Any gross object will have five because all gross elements, including Prithvi. Prithvi itself has all five gunas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha in the Prithvi itself. Yeah. Prithvi is the ultimate in element, right? So gross object means all five will be there. Therefore, if you say this is a knower with endowed with this Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, then in that case, any other object also should be knower. So, देहादि संगाधः रूपाद्यात्मकः सन रूपादीन विजानीयात्. Being endowed with this sun, being endowed with this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, well, this Dehadi Sangata is a knower, right? Then in that case, well, Bahyaha api Rupadayah. Others also. So means Rupadin Vijaniyat. You come to know other Rupadis. Having endowed with this Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha as a Vijnata, you know other Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha, you are able to objectify, right? Then this also has a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha that should objectify you as and who is endowed with Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. Could you follow? I, the knower who is endowed with Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha, could objectify other things having a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha, then this also should objectify you having a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. So swam vijaniyuhu, all those objects vijaniyuhu, plural, they should know themselves also swam, and they should know others. As you know yourself, as you know others, same way they also should know themselves, they should know others. Swam rupam cha anyonyam. And each other they will know. Like you know this, same way this also should know you, etc. Anyonyam. So mutually you know each other's form, mutually you know each other, mutually you perceive each other's smell, right? Etc. Mutually you taste each other, etc. Anyway, this is enough. Anyonyam swam rupam cha vijaniyuhu na cha etadasti. That doesn't happen. So there is something here because of which I am able to objectify Rupam, Rasam, Gandham, etc., which is absent here. Otherwise, in terms of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, this and this are same. But you know this, you are able to objectify this, objectify in terms of sensory perception, this object. But that is not able to objectify you. You also have Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha, right? Yeah, I have. Then it should objectify me also. There is some plus here, uh, which is not there here. Okay. So rock also will start seeing me, etc. Means you deal with the world because you know them. Same way they also have to deal with you. And then that will happen that the plate, you deal with the plate, make it full. And plate knows that now samosa and everything has come. It knows now. Having Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. Knower means having a Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. Dehadi Sangata. That is also Deha. Plate is also Deha. Having Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha. Yes. That becomes knower. Okay? And that knows that this fellow has kept 5 samosas and he's talking to others on a dining table and he will eat away 3 samosas. And yes, you go, hey, what happened? Where it has gone? And you sit always with the friends who will not steal away your samosas. Therefore, where it has gone, you will only have to say, perhaps I might have consumed, but due to busy with the talking to the others, I might not have known it. Means without knowing, I might have just consumed. You never say, myself is there, plate is there. Plate must be knowing that how many samosas are there, and so plate might have consumed 3 samosas. That doesn't happen. You don't have that doubt also. You may doubt others who are conscious beings. Yeah. That consciousness seems to be the extra factor here that is not there. It is not able to objectify Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha here. I am able to objectify. If I am Dehadi Sangata, just Shabda Sparsha Rupa Sagandha become knower, then that also should become knower. Clear? That's what Bhashakara wants to convey. Tasmat Dehadi Lakshanamsha Cha Rupadin Etenaiva Dehadi Vyatiriktena Eva Vijnana Swabhavena Atmana Vijanati Lokah Yatha Yena Loha Dahati Saha Agnihi Iti. So you can understand what an amount of it, what is this creation. Even though everything is just consciousness, nothing else. This is not fair. We will be seeing now mantras which on understanding that only your understanding of yourself is complete. This is easy to understand. I am consciousness, everything mithya. This is not. Because everything when you are dismissing Ishvara. You are dismissing Ishvara. And dismissing Ishvara also is all right. But where is that bhava? I am everything. The moksha lies in understanding that I am Sarvatma. I am Sarvatma means you have to take into account all this. So Jagat is mithya, this is not fair to say. Jagat is Atma is a right understanding. Snake is mithya is not proper. Snake is rope is a correct understanding. Snake is mithya. No, but Swamiji, it goes without saying that when I say snake is mithya, rope is satyam. But then say snake is rope. Snake is mithya, rope is satyam. No, snake is rope. Entire world is I. Brahman. Atma is Brahman. Now you know very well. That is Sarvatma Bhava. That is Sarvatma Bhava. Rope is in the form of the snake. Apparent form, but it is. Right? The content of the snake, the self of the snake, the truth of the snake is rope. That's better. So this neti business, and easy, very easy to negate world as mithya. Oh, it depends upon me. The consciousness is, it falls in my consciousness, and all that is fine. The next two words, mantra, is going to say something where understanding that only will give you a complete understanding of wholeness. Wholeness. Where is wholeness when you say I'm just consciousness? It's a modern Vedanta. Negating, dismissing everything. That's how Puja Swamiji did not like this nirvana. Matlab, if people have the understanding, he didn't like the understanding of the nirvana shatkam. Manobuddhi ahankara chittani naham. I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that. Then where is wholeness? Where is wholeness? Wholeness means what? There is nothing other than I. There is I, which is not here as just consciousness, distinct from body, mind, sense complex. Nothing other than I. You are seeing something that is I. You are seeing something that is I. You are seeing something that is Atma. That is Atma. That is Atma. That is Atma. That is called Sarvatma Bhava. Anyway, it is coming. Point is the entire creation which you have dismissed as anatma, including body, mind, sense complex, please take it back. Once you take it back, understand as the self, then your understanding is complete. Purnamada, Purnam, Purnam, wholeness. Here, in fact, we are creating wholes and wholes. In fact, when you say I'm distinct from the body, mind, sense complex, it is having more holes compared to I am body, mind, sense complex. At least you are a conscious being plus even body, mind, sense complex. Now you say you are not body, mind, sense complex. You are having a many holes. You become smaller than what you are having before, what you were before. And further, manobuddhi hankar chittani naam also. So everything remove. That's not correct. Anyway, that's not correct. I would not like to say, but that's not a complete understanding of oneself. So dehadi vyatiriktena eva vijnana sabhavena atmana vijanati lokaha. Dehadi vyatiriktena. Dehadehe vyatiriktah. Tena. So the Atma, tenaiva vijnana sabhavena. So what is meant by the meaning of the word I is dehadi vyatiriktena vijnana sabhavena. So what is meant by, or what is the meaning of the word I is a distinct from the body, well, and which is of the nature of vijnana sabhava, which is of the nature of consciousness. So tasmad dehadi lakshanan रूपादीन एतेनैव देहादि व्यतिरेक्तेन एव विज्ञान स्वभावेन तस्मात् therefore देह आदि लक्षणांश रूपादीन तेन एतेन एव even this body mind sense complex and properties like its shabdadin, it has its form and everything, sound, etc., are what? Vijnana svabhavena atmana vijanati lokaha. So you are knowing the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha of others objects also, not as a Dehadi Sangata, but you are knowing as a Vijnana Svabhavena, Dehadi Vyatiriktena. You are knowing everything, you're having experience of a sound and forms and everything, smell and everything, not as a Dehadi Sangata, but Dehadi Vyatiriktena, which is distinct from the body, etc. Lokaha janati. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows like that. He says, because of the ajnanam, he says, dehadi sangata is a novel. But really speaking, In this Dehadi Sangada, the consciousness which is obtained, with the help of that consciousness, well, definitely the body, etc., becomes conscious, and through that, well, everything is known. Senses become conscious, and etc. So, person knows, well, because of this. And he gives an example. So, that's what I was telling you, before I missed that, there are insentient things and sentient things. Is wonderful. Think that everything is sentient, means everything is conscious of itself, whatever its consciousness about itself. Like the our animals also, they are conscious of themselves, but not fully conscious. If they are fully conscious of themselves, and that I am the so and so body, they would not move around without clothes. Okay. So they have a consciousness about themselves. That's how a dog is able to recognize another dog. That shows that it has its consciousness, that I am having this shape, and the other also belongs to my family, my lineage, etc. Whatever. So, and it's good for propagation of the species and everything. That's wonderful. So every sentient being has a self-awareness of itself in degrees, and human being has a total self-awareness. And other than that, there are insentient things, and those sentient beings can deal with them, can become a food for them and everything. If everything is conscious, like even a mango is conscious of me, and I am conscious of mango, and I as take it with a knife in my hand to cut it, it will run in the street. I will have to run after. And you will have a just joy that it can run faster than me because it is round, small. It runs faster, and I'm running with a shouting, please come, I'm hungry, please come. Thank God things are insentient. Imagine just this specs. Specs is aware of me, that this Swami has read here and he's seeing through. And he's constantly calling me, WhatsApp call. Hey, when are we going back to the room? When are we going back to the room? Hey, wait. It's still half an hour. Wait. He says, I'm giving you 5 minutes. If you won't come, I will run. Think. Just think. This will run. And go to the home and go to its case and take rest. Just think. Insentient is very good. That's what you utilize. Everything. I am aware of the house. House is aware of me. Think of that. Yeah. House will do something to you. Yeah. You affect it, and it affects you. That's what I mean by dealing. It affects you, you affect it. Life would be miserable. We have to deal with other conscious beings. They affect us, we affect them. That is still, that also itself create a lot of headache. If everything is sentient here, what will happen? Everything starts dealing with me. So I have, from morning onwards to the evening, till evening. What a beautiful thing. Everything is Brahman, then why sentient, insentient? Nice. Nice. And you are Bhokta. Look at the arrangement. Karta, Bhokta. So we'll have objects which you can experience, can generate Sukha Dukkha, both. That's how you exhaust Prarabdha. Papakshaya also occurs if Dukkha comes. Yeah. And Sukha comes, will encourage you for Punya. As a result of Punyam, you get Sukha. And if you know, and if you trust the order, Dharma, etc., then you will always go by Dharma. Right and wrong. Will not cross the boundary. Gain more Punya. Right? So always white income. Mm. Anyway, so Atmaswarupena, basically, ye Vijnana Swabhavena Atmana, which is what? Dehadi Vyatiriktena Eva, Bhashakara says. Dehadi Vyatiriktena Eva. So all this body mind, even the body mind sense complex and property like, because Dehadi Lakshanan Rupadincha, other bodies, and their form, color forms, etc., and other insentient things also, Well, Vijnana Swabhavena Lokaha Vijanati. And that is not Dehaja Dehadi Sangata. Dehadi Vyatiriktena eva Vijnana Swabhavena. That consciousness is, which is distinct from the body mind sense complex, because of which only mind, memory, emotions, doubts, perceptions, hunger, thirst, body, and the world is experienced. Everything is kshetram. You are kshetrajna. That's a kshetrajna, which is one. Why one? Why not many? Consciousness is limitless. Being limitless definitely pervades all, obtains in everybody's mind, and experiences everything. Yatha ena loha dahati. So let's how Swamiji my eyes experience a form, how my ears experience the sound, hears the sound. Well, simple. The body, first body should be sentient. Now, but body is made up of elements, gross elements. Therefore, it is all inert. So this gross body which is inert is is sentient because of the subtle body present in it. The subtle body is made up of subtle elements. Again, insentient. That is that gains sentiency due to what? Due to consciousness. Where is consciousness? It is all pervading. Then all pervading, then should it be here or not? It should be here. Should it be in your mind or not? It should be in your mind. All pervading space exists in pot. Even though you say pot space, but it's not a real entity. Same way here you call it as a individual conscious being due to because it is enclosed in the mind. That's the place where it manifests. And well, and it manifests as due to avidya, it manifests as a identifying with the mind. It manifests as ahankara. It is taken as ahankara. It is taken as ahankara. I'm sorry. It manifests as ahankara. That's fine. That's a Ishvara Sushti. You take it yourself as ahankara. That's avidya. That is avidya. Ah. So there is no question of destroying ahankara. There is no question. And the ahankara doesn't get destroyed. Wise person's ahankara doesn't get destroyed. Still he is saying, I am teacher, I am this, that, I am doing that, I am going for a walk. He is telling as an individual. His eye is always sitting in the body, it looks like. This is Ishvara Sushti for him, including ahankara. If you say I am ahankara, that's avidya. Ahankara, Swamiji, ahankara goes avidya because avidya is the cause of the ahankara. Therefore, avidya has gone means ahankara, the sense of individuality should go away. No. Sense of individuality resolves every time. Several times, every day it resolves. Avidya has not gone. And if avidya has gone, then ahankara becomes mithya, doesn't go. If avidya has gone, everything is, you say, atma. Therefore, or basically, just as everything becomes mithya, cannot totally get destroyed, it's a Ishvara Sushti. So if you gain knowledge, your Karana Sharira Avidya gets destroyed. And therefore, you won't say yourself as just Ahankara, the individual Jiva. You won't call yourself as that. Not that Ahankara gets destroyed. Could you follow? Ahankara is a part of Ishvara Srishti. It is being Karma Phaladata, well, definitely. And this prarabdha has to be exhausted. For that, Ahankara is very much required. Ahankara means telling body, mind, sense complex as I, to make it pervade the body, mind, sense complex, to make them sentient through that Sukha Dukkha experience. Where is the Sukha Dukkha experience without sentiency here or sentiency in the subtle body? It's all inert. No experience of Sukha Dukkha for this book. Therefore, in Ishvara Sushti, this is there. Don't claim Ahankara as yourself. You claim Ahankara as yourself, that is a Vyashti Avidya. Samashti Avidya, basically, due to that, all this world is due to Samashti Avidya called Maya. That's a Upadhi of Ishvara. So you cannot destroy it. You can destroy the Vyashti Upadhi through the Jnanam, which is opposed to Jnanam, of course. Anyway. So therefore, and how it pervades, consciousness pervades, well, consciousness pervades the subtle body. manifest, obtains in the mind, and then through the senses, making them sentient. Senses are sentient through the mind and all organs of action, pranas. Whole subtle body becomes sentient. That is present in this gross body. Gross body becomes sentient. That's how we have sentience. For that, he gives example. Yatha, yena lohaha dahati, saha agnihi. Suppose if you ask that this is not able to know me, this doesn't have a capacity to be a knower. I am having a capacity as a knower. Therefore, this dehadi sangata is a vishishta. No, 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 no. This also has a rupadin, shabdasparshadin. This also has five elements, five elements. Inert, inert. Then why it is sentient? That's what we are explaining you. Right? Due to consciousness which is all pervading, already present, and it obtains in the mind, because mind is made up of a very subtle matter, made up of sattva, fine matter. Sunlight is obtained everywhere, but sunlight is obtained as a sun itself. Sun is obtained as a sun in few places. Few places where there is a fine matter, like a mirror, like your surface of your new car, like water. So special material. Same way, consciousness is obtained everywhere. Our consciousness is pervading everything, obtains everywhere, but here it manifests as consciousness. But due to avidya, well, you take it as enclosed in mind. Take it yourself as an individual conscious being. That avidya has to go. Then you will claim that I am Brahman, I am limitless consciousness. That's what it is. So yatha yena loha dahati. So iron ball basically made red hot, right? Like, so this example for art, this Atma Chaitanya basically pervades through Sukshma Sharira and then pervades this body, and that is making it sentient, conscious, etc. Sentient to touch, etc. The one sense organ is pervading inner, outer, everywhere, and that is sense of touch. So it's a sense of touch is basically part of subtle body. Anyway. And then eyes are also sentient to see, ears are sentient to hear, the tongue is sentient to for taste, knowing the taste, experience of taste. So iron ball made red hot. Ayo dahati, we say. Right? Yatha yena loha dahati saha agni. So we use this expression, ayo dahati. Iron ball burns. So basically, fire is not separate from the iron ball. Every atom of the iron is excited due to presence of the fire, and therefore this iron ball glows also. At the same time, it is hot also. But that glow and the heat in the iron does not belong to the iron. We have done that meditation very first day, right? Very first day we have done. You might have done, but we don't know. That's fine. So basically, the glow, the brightness, and the heat in that iron ball doesn't belong to iron ball. Iron ball is generally cold, cool in nature, and it is dull in nature, not bright. So now it appears bright and is hot, then definitely there is some principle pervading entire iron ball, and that is called fire. Since fire pervades the entire iron ball, now iron ball is bright and hot. Same way here. This iron ball, including that inside iron ball, subtle body, is pervaded by consciousness. Therefore, this appears conscious. Mind appear conscious. All senses appear conscious. And then, being sentient or conscious, they experience their respective objects. Therefore, yena rupam rasam gandham shabdan sparshams vijanati, that is Atma, the consciousness. Clear? This is how it has been said. So, upachara we say, ayaha dahati. we can say that iron burns, but we should know that the fire present in the iron ball burns. Same way, Dehadi Sangataha knows everything, experiences everything, fine. Because you feel hot, cold. Swami, where is your consciousness? My body feels. Therefore, this is conscious, this is sentient, correct? But that's a upachara. Like iron ball burns, this Dehadi Sangata experiences everything. Dehadi Sangata means you should include this. Karya Karana Sangata. Karya means physical body, Karana means all senses and everything. They experience everything, correct. But it is upachara, it's secondary sense. Really speaking, consciousness obtains here, making everything sentient, pervading everything. And it has not to really pervade. It has to pervade, Swamiji. If it has to, look at that. Swamiji, space has to pervade at least, be inside the pot, it has to pervade. ये क्या बात है? ये all pervading thing has to pervade, yet what is that? So this is a way of saying actually. As this thing is obtained, it comes to manifestation. When it appears, body, mind, sense complex appears, sentiency will be there. Because I, the Atma, is all pervading. Right? So this is how it is. And then you need not change your language also. You need not say, I don't come, I don't go. I'm all pervading consciousness. I pervade your ashram also. I pervade New Jersey, etc., etc. I pervade the plane also. Don't say all kind of things. I'm asking you, when did you come? I don't come, I don't go. Don't say that. If you keep on saying, then I'll say, when are you leaving? That's what I can say. Tadvat means like ayaha, the fire pervades the iron ball and, and it appears as hot and bright. Same way, tadvat, similarly. Similarly, because of the presence of consciousness in the body, the insentient body mind complex becomes sentient and is able to know the objects of the world. Clear? So this much it is. Further. Atmanah avigneyam kim atra asmin loke parishishyate न किंचित परिशिष्यते सर्वमेव तु आत्मना विज्ञेयम् यस्य आत्मनः अविज्ञेयम् न किंचित परिशिष्यते स आत्मा सर्वज्ञः एतद्वै तत्. So Atmanah avigneyam kimatra asmin loke. Kimatra parishishyate. That is being explained by Bhashakara. So what remains? Kim means what? Parishishyate. What remains? Atra, in this world. Which is what? Kimatra parishishyate. Atmanah avigneyam kimatra parishishyate. What remains in this world which is not experienced, not known, not revealed, not objectified by Atma. Tell us. Like that. Could you follow what I'm saying? What remains in this world? Kimatra parishishyate. What remains in this world which is not experienced? Bhashakara says, Atmanah avigneyam asmin loke kimatra parishishyate. Atmanah avigneyam. Which is avigneyam, not objectified, not known, not revealed. Could you follow? So, not experienced. Same thing. Atmanah avigneyam. For Atma. Avigneyam. Not known, not objectified, not experienced. Kim. What? Atra, in this world. Asmin loke. Bhashakara says. Parishishyate remains. Na kinchit parishishyate. Na kinchit. Everything basically, the ease in everything every name and form is, you say, right? Space is, time is, etc. The very is the content of that name and form. When you say pot is, that is indicates the content of the pot. What is that content? Clay? No, how can you say that? That is of the pot belongs to clay. Clay is a content of the pot. Therefore, the is which is indicator of the clay, well, that is we can call it as a content of the name and form called pot. Right? So everything in this universe is, right? Is pervaded. That is what? Like the example of pot clay. But there it is Karana Karya. The same here. Atma alone is the cause of everything. No, Brahman is the cause of everything. But Atma is Brahman. Who said it? Two classes. Okay. We'll be doing that meditation also, don't worry. That how Atma is Brahman. And I have to give one reason I have still left, but I want to go ahead now. So anyway, thing is, Atma is Brahman. Atma means I. I am Brahman. Because I am consciousness and it limitless, etc. All pervading consciousness, free from space, time, everything. Anyway. And therefore, time is, the content of time is I, consciousness. We have seen also, if you remember, the truth of time, I said, content, truth, self, same thing. And therefore, everything is non-separate from I. Right? And therefore, definitely everything is revealed by I. Who reveals spot? The clay alone. That's the content. If clay is not the very spot. So what lends existence to a given thing, that reveals it in a way. Same way here, everything is non-separate from me. I lend existence to everything. Everything is revealed to me. And therefore, I am basically, since I reveal everything, I objectify everything, I experience everything, therefore, or I know everything, Atma is called Sarvagnya. That's he's going to say. So, but Swamiji, it is not true. I don't know everything. Hey, you know everything. Really? As consciousness, you know everything. As a ahankara, you don't know him. You don't know a few things. Whatever is there in head. Other than that, unknown. Known unknown from the standpoint of ahankara, I. Known unknown is known from the standpoint of real I, consciousness. Oh, so many things I don't know. That you know. That you are conscious of. Right? That you are conscious of. Otherwise, you cannot say. If there is unknown and if you don't know that it is unknown, you cannot talk about it even. You cannot say, when I say you don't know anything, you said, what are you saying? Do you follow? So everything is revealed as Jnatam, Agnatam. So you know everything. You are conscious of what is known, you are conscious of unknown. So known, unknown falls in your consciousness. Everything is known basically as known and unknown. And therefore, Jnatam, Agnatam, etc. I am lighted by this consciousness. And for that consciousness, there is nothing outside, right? Kimatra parishishyate. What is left out for it? No, nothing. So sarvam. Sarvam. Bhashakara says, sarvam evatu atmana vigneyam. Here sarvam means viditam and aviditam. Both. Atmana vigneyam. Well, it is known by Atma alone. Lighted up by Atma alone. Revealed by Atma alone. In fact, I don't reveal. I don't reveal. They are revealed to me. Because I'm self-revealing sitting duck all the time. I'm of the nature of existence or presence. I am a sitting duck pervading everything. So everything is known to me. As it appears, it's revealed. Revealed from, appears from me, resolves into me. It is resolved also is revealed to me. Absence also is revealed to me. Presence also is revealed to me. That's what the going on in morning I said in the meditation. Appearance and disappearance, whole thing is in this basis of consciousness. You are that free from all anxiety, agitations, everything, frustrations. Anyways, so yena vijnanena sarvam viditam aviditam, basically sarvam janati iti sarvagnya. So, यस्य आत्मनः अविज्ञेयं न किंचित परिशिष्यते सः आत्मा सर्वज्ञः. यस्य आत्मनः अविज्ञेयं. So, yes, न किंचित परिशिष्यते. For this atma, well, yasya atmana, for this atma, avigneyam, nakin, avigneyam, not objectified, not known, not revealed. Na kinchit parishishyate. There is nothing which remains as not known, not revealed, not experienced, not objectified for this atma. Yasya atmana is a shashti. Yasya atmana is a shashti. So there is nothing left which this Atma, the consciousness, does not reveal. And therefore, since it reveals everything, well, yasya atmanah vignem na kinchit parishishyate, saha atma sarvagnya. It is known as a sarvagnya. Etadvaitat, well, the consciousness alone is that. About which, etadvaitat, this, that, tat, about which you asked the question, do you remember, Nachiketa? Devairatrapi vichikitstam kila. Oh, this is something even Devas do not know. Really? Devas have a doubt about the existence of Atma? Oh, so Deva also take the body as the very self. So body dies, Atma dies. They also have a doubt whether it dies or not. They have also a doubt. Yeah, yeah. And about which, I mean, then I compel you as a third boon. If that is the doubt for the Devtas, then I want to know that thing only. And you are the right teacher because you are a Mrityu Devata. You know what happens after death. So did you ask that? Do you remember that? Tat? That about which you ask. Etat. Yena vijnanena sarvamidam vijanati. That Atma is this consciousness because which is distinct from the body, mind, sense complex, which is not subject to birth and death. Consciousness being distinct from the body, mind, sense complex is not subject to time. This is subject to time. 50, 60, 70, 80. Subtle body also subject to time. Subject to this subtle body right now, which is there inside, will not be the subtle body in the next birth. If not a human body. If elephant body, then it's a different subtle body. How can you say different subtle body? They will have a same subtle body. Same subtle body means they will also have a speech, right? They will also talk like human beings. So then tomorrow, elephant will come and say, hi, howdy, howdy, something. Howdy or something, they always tell. I try to figure out what are they saying. Howdy. They will also say. But they don't have organ of speech. Oh, subtle body has changed. Depending upon the type of subtle body, you generally don't raise your legs, right? Or you don't kick generally. But donkey's body, they only know to kick. I heard even the horses also do sometimes. They also kick. And their subtle body, the power in the subtle body, my God. Look at the smelling power of these our dogs or even ants. My, if a grain of sugar is left here, I tell you, next morning you won't find. Not that you or me has come here and is taken away. Some will come and take away. Do you have same sensory power? No. Different subtle body. Ah. Can they think and memorize and, can they have a same self-awareness through their mind? No. Same, different subtle body. Could you follow what I'm saying now? Depending upon type of karmas you did, you gain subtle and gross body. And therefore, so subtle body doesn't die. That's a different thing. But subtle body definitely undergoes a change. That way, this subtle body has gone, that we can say, with this body. That way. Not that it has gone. It's a distinct, it really leaves the body. That's what the Udana does. Anyway, prana takes that. But in a way, this human subtle body undergoes a change. It's an aggregate actually. It we say body means you think within the gross body, that this is also of the same shape. You don't think that it's aggregate. Aggregate of this five sense organs, five organs of action, pancha prana, and this mind. Aggregate. As you put all things together. As that subtle body, along with the consciousness being always conscious, right? Endowed with this Chidabhasa, that's called Jiva, enters. And then they separate. They tell, bye bye. We are going to our office, okay? So then Chakshurindriya comes and sits here and transact with the world. These are their offices, all Golakas. They come here and do the function. Anyway, so Devairatrapi Vichikitsadam Pura, etc. And remember, you asked this question, Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Tasmat, Krutat, Anyatra Bhutacha Bhavyach, Yattat Pashyasi Tadvada. That Atma which is distinct from Dharma Adharma, which is neither a cause nor a effect, which is distinct, which is distinct from even the time, past and future, which is timeless, about which about that Atma you have knowledge. Tat tvam pashyasi. You are seeing it. Tadvada. Did you remember that question regarding that Atma? Tat, that Atma. Etat, that is indeed this. Or this is indeed that about which you asked. Clear? Clear? This etadvaitata will continue now. And we'll see in the evening now. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om